Welcome back to Start of Play Football. Welcome back. This is the Premier League previews. We've only got two more left to do. We are talking Wolverhampton Wanderers today. Before we get into the Wolverhampton Wanderers preview, the bite-sized preview, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, you like this video, and you let everyone else know that we're doing these videos, so share them around if you can. We appreciate all of that. We are talking Wolves today. Gary O'Neill's men, who were currently at 1.9th in the Premier League, but failed to secure many points after their abysmal end to the season, finishing 14th in the league. Respectfully, still, I think that's a good finish for Gary O'Neill's team. But Wolves, I think at that time, ninth would have been looking at those outside chances of getting into European places. It would have maybe been a bit of a massive issue for them to get in there, because if they did, I don't think they would have done well this season. You look at relegation, you look how other teams have done when they go into Europe with a small squad. But no, I've been impressed with Gary O'Neill. I think it's a really good setup for him at Wolves. He's done really well. Tactically, he's got things right for them, set up them really well. Mateus Cunha and Han Chan, I think both scored 12 goals. And if you think about Chan as well, missing a massive chunk of the season, to still score 12 goals, and Cunha as well to score 12 goals, two key players for Wolves, which I'll talk about slightly in a minute. I think they did finish the season respectfully, and they can go again. They've retained a lot of the players, the ones that they wanted to keep. They're still there for this season. So I think in terms of their belief, their consistency and their growth to try and go on and do more, I think they will. They'd still have an outside chance of pushing into those European places for me. But just in terms of the Premier League and the odds, most bookmakers are giving 500 to 1 for Wolves to win the Premier League. Wolves to finish in the top 6 is 33 to 1, and Wolves to be relegated is 7 to 2. So 22.2 chance of them going down. That's not actually that bad of a bet. I might have a bit of that myself. But in terms of the players that they brought in, so they brought in Rodrigo Gomez from Braga, 12.7 million. Pedro Lima from Sporting Recife, 8.5 million, 18-year-old defender. Tommy Doyle from Manchester City for 4.3 million. And Georgian Standalazen is a Celta Vigo player on loan, 24 million. Now, they have obviously lost some players. Max Kilman has gone to West Ham for £40 million. Bola, defender, has gone to Rapid Wien, free transfer. And Louis Molden, a goalkeeper, has been released. And obviously added to that, to the list since I wrote the list out, Pedro Neto has gone to Chelsea, which was very unexpected as me being a Chelsea fan. But Pedro Neto has been moved on to Chelsea. Massive loss for me personally, for them. Created a lot of chances for Wolves, provided 9 assists. I think he was a key player for Wolves. And I think looking at Wolves now, how they play, I think they'll struggle for that play, to create those chances. Who's going to create them? I'm not sure. They do have some really good players still in, Juan Gomez in the midfield for them. But I just look at the chances now that they will miss out on Cunha. Nori obviously can provide some. Semedo can provide down the flanks as well. But Neto was just so crucial for them. So crucial. Really good player for Wolves at that level as well. Surprised Wolves let him go. Maybe the money was just too much to turn down. But yeah, I mean, obviously you got to get certain players off the wage book. If the wage bill is too high, you want to get players off. You want to make sure that you've got a good balance. You're meeting the financial fair play rulings. Maybe that's why Neto was moved on. Maybe that's why Max Kilman was sent over to West Ham as well for the fee that he went for. It's yet to be seen. But in terms of Wolves, I think Hwang Hee-chan, for me, 12 goals for the amount of football that he missed. He overperformed on his XG, which I'm not 100% of a fan of. But he has to stay fit. If they can keep him fit, maybe they go back into the market and try and bring someone else in to replace Pedro Neto. I think you've got to keep him fit. Keep your striker fit and he'll score the goals. And I think, him, Cunha, another one. for me was just brilliant, brilliant player, very fast on the ball. Defender's nightmare when he's running towards you. I think they can definitely see him getting more goals this season, because I think he's not just a provider of the ball, in terms of assists, but in terms of his goals, they're all different as well, different types of goals. So I look at those kind of plays and I think, keep those players fit. You stand a good chance of making something happen in this league. And I think Gary O'Neill has got his work cut out, because as I've said before on many of these previews, a lot of teams are strengthening. Look at West Ham, you look at Brighton, some of the teams that have just come up, Southampton, Ipswich, Leicester, they're going to be chomping at the bits to play a team like Wolves. But Wolves have sustained a lot of, retained a lot of the team that they had before, in terms of the lineups that they go for. They've still got Dawson in there as well. Like I said, Lamina and Gomez in the midfield. They tend to play the 3-4-1-2 or a 3-4-3 system. So, I think they'll stick to more of the same in terms of that. And yeah, I don't see much changing for Wolves. Like I said, 14th place finish, 46 goals. I think that might be the thing. 46 points. I think that might be where they need to improve on things, is by just getting a few more wins, bump them up the table a little bit. As I said, to be ninth and then to drop down to 14th, it will be probably the thing that's a change for them. And they have to, they're going to have to just perform better in certain games. Like I said about one of the previous previews that I did, win your home games and go out there and just give your all for the away games. The big games, the City and the Liverpool, going to Old Trafford, go out there and believe that you can win the games. I like Gary O'Neill. I think he's good in terms of how he sets up his teams. Tactically, he gets things right most times and he doesn't. But I do feel there's another gear in Gary O'Neill. There's another gear in this Wolves team. And hopefully we get to see it this season. But as I said, losing Pedro Neto for me is massive. So if they don't bring someone else in to fill that void, I'm just not sure how things are going to click in that attack going forward. Obviously, Cunha's there, but for me personally, they have to bring someone else in to that position that Neto would be occupying in the team, to fill that void. Because if they don't, I think that's where the gap's going to be, and your lack of goals might be, and that 14th place finish might suddenly become a 16th place finish. But I'm going to go for 14th again. I am. I think I don't see how the team will progress, and I don't see how the team will regress. I think they'll go as they are, and stay as they are as well. My player to watch will be Cunha. I think I'm going to go for him again. I think Mateus Cunha, the Brazilian, although he's not a young player, I think he's a player that will have a good season again. Can he hit 12 goals again? Can he hit the level of assist that he got again? That's TBC, but I feel like he's one of those players that will be vital for this team going forward. And my star player is going to be Hang Hee Chan. I think he's going to be the player for me. Again, hitting 12 goals, injured for most of the season, or best part of the season. I'd love to see him a full season as him. No injuries, keep him fit, see what he could probably double those figures, if he plays the way he does. So, but it all goes back to my point. Again, I'm going to say it for the third time. You have to bring someone else in that can fill the void of Pedro Neto going to Chelsea. So if you can do that, Wolves fans, I think you'll be plunging up. Oh, well, not plunging, but in going up the table higher. If you don't, I could see you dropping further down than 14th in the league. But let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe as well. Share these videos with your fans, your Wolves fans and everyone else. And don't forget to check out the debate show, which starts next weekend as well. So enjoy. Till then, enjoy the rest of the week. Football is back tomorrow. I will be there. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back soon.